Okay, so Nedved, Albertini, and David's the leaks were accurate. So Albertini is an orchestrator. He's got okay base stats. His boost is to dribbling and passing. The only thing is he has low base dribbling. I don't think he's going to be comparable to Pirlo, and he doesn't have the weak foot either. He only has high weak foot. Let me move my webcam. Yeah, he looks decent, but not compared to Pirlo, and I really think you're better off waiting for Pirlo. Alright, Davids is a destroyer to tackling, awareness, stamina, and speed. Okay, that's good. He can play left mid. I don't know if his other versions can play left mid, but he starts off with low dribbling. Decent skills. He's missing true pass and one touch pass. Okay, so he's not really good on the ball. And he's missing cut behind and turn. And then Nedved is a whole player, and he can play a lot of positions. So his boost is to acceleration, physical, stamina, and aggression. Okay, so that aggression, you might think it's a bit useless. Trust me, it's really good. If you have an attacking player with good aggression, they win the ball back very well. And as a whole player in centre mid, he'll still track back. Very high weak foot, of course. Good kicking power. Okay dribbling. Okay passing. Okay finishing. So he's well rounded. He's well rounded. Stats, or sorry, skills. He's missing a double touch. He doesn't have soul control. He does have the 2 shooting, long range prayer and long range shooting. Acrobatic finishing 2. True pass, weighted pass. Okay, so his skills aren't too bad. His skills aren't too bad. Alright, so we'll have a look at them leveled up now, and I'll give some advice on the progression. Okay, so I've got 1 build I recommend for David and 2 for Albertini and Nedved. So if we take a look at the build, basically you're trying to get as many stats above 85 to get the +3 boost from Xabi or Pep. And if you're looking at the stats, the only ones you can really get are the speed and most of the defensive, and then 1 into low pass. You can try get that awareness up to 85, but it's very expensive, and then you're very limited elsewhere, so I wouldn't recommend it. Although you might not need to have really high low pass, so if you really are just using them as a DMF, it might be okay. But I would recommend going 10 and then into the dribbling, get to 85. You'll have 88 low pass in game, and then with the extra boost you'll get to 90 speed. Still has 87 defensive awareness, so he's good. And then physical contact is all good. So yeah, I think this build is the best for Davids. What skills does he have? Marseille turn, soul control, interception, blocker. Basically, he has all the defensive ones. He just needs 1 touch pass, true passing, weighted pass maybe to help with those long true balls, because he's got good kicking power, so he can hit them from far away. Then after that, don't really know. I don't think he needs too much. Maybe cut behind and turn. Yeah, cut behind and turn to help you switch the ball. And then if you do put the weighted pass on, put low lofted pass on too. He'll be good in that. Now, you could put long range shooting on him because of the kicking power, but he doesn't have great finishing, so I don't know if I'd recommend it. Actually, maybe instead of low lofted pass. Also he can play he can play centre mid, so if you're playing DMF, you won't shoot often, but if you play him centre mid, you might get some shots off, so the long range shooting might be decent. Okay, so I've got 2 builds for Albertini. One's more nimble and one's more about passing and shooting. This is the nimble build, trying to get the acceleration high and then turn the dribbling too. So if you look at the build without the boosters, you can see that the acceleration is 91, but more importantly, the balance is to 85, so you get that +3 boost. And same with tight possession. So he has got a boost on his dribbling stats, and then when you put the +3s on, this is what it looks like. He's got good dribbling, good passing, great acceleration, good kicking power and balance. He just doesn't have the speed. Yeah, the next build fixes that by getting some speed in there, greater kicking power. You take a little bit off dribbling. His balance isn't great, but he is, kind of better at. He'll be better at, hitting the ball. But the other build is better for kind of work at the space and being that little nimble player, the orchestrator in the middle of the park, when it's kind of crowded out. What skills does Albertini need? He has 1 glaring issue, and he doesn't have true passing, so you need to get true passing on him straight away. After that, he'll be good. You could do a soul control for the knock-on finesse and the knock-on long shot and the knock-on, long range pass. I would probably put low lofted pass on then. Get the combo between weighted pass and low lofted pass. Then I'd probably go for like double touch or cut behind and turn. So if you go for the nimble build, I'd probably more likely to go double touch. And if you go for the kick and power build, the speed build, I'd go for cut behind and turn. It'll help you switch the ball. Other potential skills, pinpoint crossing, really good. Even though he's central, you can play a little early cross up to your target man. Marseille turn, acrobatic finishing. If you go for the nimble build, maybe just because you're gonna be dribbling with him, probably that wouldn't be high on my list, but it might be all right. And he needs interception, so especially if you're playing the kind of speed build, you'll be a bit more defensively inclined. The nimble build, you'll get forward more. So the order I'd put the skills, I go through passing first, then interception, and then the rest wherever you see fit. Personally, I'd go soul control for the knock-ons, but you know, maybe you don't do the knock-on finesse or the knock-on long range shots, so maybe you won't choose to do that. And it's a similar story for Nedved. I've got one nimble build and one build more focused on shooting. So this is the nimble build. The main difference is it's going to get to 87 type possession to get it to 90. The other stats are pretty much the same. You know, the physicals are the same. Sorry, let me show you with the booster. So yeah, the physical stats are the same. The only difference is you take off the type possession for the finishing. Which build would I go for? Probably the finishing build, even though I'm someone who relies on dribbling. I think if you can get him to 88 finishing, he'll be a beast. But if you do really just want to focus on the dribbling, go for this build. What skills does he need? I think double touch will work really well on him. Then probably soul control for the knock-on, finesse, and long range shot. Then if you're putting double touch and soul control on, you might as well go for a flip flap. That's the three first skills I'd put on him. Then I'd probably put interception on him, even though you're going to be using him as an attacking player. If you play him centre mid, which is where I recommend him, he will get forward, but he'll still track back. And he's got good aggression. Well, okay aggression. But as long as his aggression is above 70, and he has interception skill, he'd be very good. Other skills, maybe, you know, scissors feint, especially if you use easy feints. Cut behind and turn, dipping shot, knuckle shot, just make him even better at shooting. And this is in particular if you're playing him centre mid, one touch pass. If you're playing him AMF, actually no, if you're playing him AMF, you still need it. If you're playing him left wing and right wing, you probably don't need one touch pass. But if you're playing him AMF, CMF, even left mid, right mid, one touch pass will be good for the build up. So those are the skills I recommend. Would I recommend spinning for the pack? Yeah, probably not, unless you want Nedved because you like him in real life, or any other players really. You know, that's always a reason. If that's the case, go for it. But if you're looking at David's like, oh, I don't have a Makalele or a Vieira, I would just wait. We haven't got a Vieira in a while, so we might get a Vieira soon. I can't remember Makalele. I think he got re-released recently, so we won't be getting Makalele for a while. But I think if you want like a good destroyer DMF, just wait for Vieira. If you want someone to go alongside Vieira, David's probably the best. He's probably better than Makalele, even though Makalele is better defensively. David's be a bit better for his shooting and stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't overall recommend the pack, especially Albertini. I think Pirlo's a lot better. Basically similar build. We haven't got an Italian version, a national team version of Pirlo in almost a year, so we're probably going to get one soon with Maldini. I think Maldini's going to come in the pack because there's a version of him in the database. Yeah, that's you have to decide yourself what position your club is in, but laying it out there, that's kind of the decisions what I'll be basing them off. But I should be getting my hands on David, so hopefully I'll have a review up by the end of tonight, hopefully. So hopefully I'll be able to see you there. Right, that's the end of the video. Nice watching. Bye.